This is The Bottom Line. The Bottom Line on 938 Live.
Now, succession planning and talent retention are two of the most pressing issues for companies today. 938 Live's Jonathan Pierce speaks with Kimberly Rath, President and Managing Director of Talent Plus, on the sidelines of the Global Entrepolis conference to find out more. She starts by explaining why succession planning is so important.
Succession planning has to be one of the number one factors on a CEO's mind today. Behind every leader CEO has in an organization, they need to be a minimum of 2 deep to set themselves up for future growth opportunities. One of the challenges during this turbulent time is that individuals are not setting up the capabilities for the next level generation. They've cut back on training and development and investment strategies, and therefore our high potentials are not getting the opportunities that they need. And so when future growth opportunities happen, we won't have the people ready with the capability, skills, and knowledge.
Is this something that is happening everywhere, or is it something that you see more in Asia than the West?
No, absolutely, it's happening everywhere. I believe in the U.S. what happened during the recession is they did so much downsizing that they cut into what I call muscle. You know, they cut the fat out of the organization, but they also cut into the muscle. And so now they're having to rebuild and identifying high potentials. I think what's happened in Asia is growth has been so dynamic that they haven't put the disciplined time into developing a clear succession plan, because we've just been trying to keep up with the growth in an accelerated way, and therefore we have not focused on the people development and retention factor as much as they should.
Now, of course, with all the issues and challenges happening in the world today, can this sort of be put on the back bench? I mean, what are the dangers if this is not addressed?
The danger if it's not addressed is you will not have human capital with the skills, knowledge, and capabilities for the future. And so as, especially like in the U.S. with the baby boomers coming to a retirement age, if they don't invest quickly and identify high potentials and tell individuals they're on the progression plan to take the next level leadership positions, they will not be able to really retire and make it a sustainable organization for the future. It's something that cannot be put on the back burner. It's number one issue around the world.
Now, I actually read a survey that said the biggest gap was actually in the middle management, that the CEO level was okay, the lower tiers were fine, but the middle management is really short. Would you agree with that?
Yes, certainly. It's very short. You're right. We have a lot of really strong senior leaders. Again, at the frontline levels, we've got strong service people, but that middle management gap, and it's an interesting analogy. Why is there such a gap there? Why do we feel that we have not developed the skills and knowledge and the capacity in that group to take on next level leadership? One of the ideas is we need to give those individuals more opportunity to make decisions and empower them and allow them to make mistakes. So we give high potentials in that middle management group some opportunity to see what they can do and how they can express their talent.
Now, you're covering some of these issues in your masterclass here in Singapore. What is your advice basically to CEOs? What do they need to focus on?
With the master's class in Singapore, we're going to focus on several things. One is selection. You can't really do anything unless you get the right group of people around you. 2 is the development and investment of those individuals. How do you spend time with your top performers? How do you psychologically rehire them for the future? And how do you grow their potentiality? And then succession planning. How do you become deep in the organization with individuals who have the capabilities to take on next level leadership or next level growth opportunities?
Now, you work with companies in Asia, and I'm assuming in Singapore as well. What are some of the challenges you find facing companies over here?
Yeah, in Asia and in Singapore, I think one of the number one challenges is retention of high potential. Because of the accelerated growth throughout this region, it is easy to go and find a high producer and be able to pay them and provide them better benefits to come over to your organization. The easiest person to recruit from a company is the one that's doing the best job, because I can go in and I can start talking to them about what they can do in my organization to add value, and I can recruit them over. And so I think the focal point in Asia has to be on retention of high performers. If they don't get the retention factor right, they can't work on succession progression planning factors.
Kimberly Rath, President and Managing Director of Talent Plus, speaking with 93 Live's Jonathan Pierce on the sidelines of the Global Entrepolis Conference.